I call this, I don't know how to pray. And Luke 11:1 says, once Jesus was in a certain place praying. As he finished, one of his disciples came to him and said, Lord, teach us to pray, just as John taught his disciples. Luke 11:1, New Living Translation. Now, I believe that prayer is something any born again person can do, and yet it's also a skill that should be refined and improved on throughout the earthly life of the believers. When we get to heaven, we'll have perfected it, but until then, we need to keep working on it. Now, I own over 30 books on prayers, and these include some of the giants of faith, the lesser known authors. Each one teaches me something, because each person who prays gets a certain insight. Yet I always feel I need more. The comfort is that I can improve my prayer skills. Prayer is a learnable skill. One of our most neglected resources in church today is the organized and organic prayers of our fellow saints. As the church has decided to put more programs in, more resources into new programs, we've allowed the old programs to fade, such as prayer partnering, around the clock prayer, weekly prayer meetings, pre-service prayer, all-night prayer, etc. Prayer meetings are becoming scarce. But be aware that the skills you may think you need may not be the skills that God wants you to have. I remember the wonderful prayers of a Deacon Rumney Steely, who I knew when he first came to the Church of God. And his voice would start in the basement and rise to the rafters. It was beautiful. I always wanted to pray like Deacon Steely. I've never had that ability. And yet, God has blessed me in my prayer life. God does not want me to pray like Deacon Steely. He wants me to pray like Reverend Dawson. That doesn't mean my prayer life is inferior. It may lack style and eloquence, but it doesn't lack power. The power of the prayer is not in the prayer, but in the God of the prayer. All right, remember that as we continue to go to prayer today. So I have my